This is a Technics stereo frequency equalizer, and the model number is SH-8020. It's a 12 band, left and of course on the right hand side, and the range goes from 16 Hertz all the way up to 32K, and in between 32, 63 Hertz, 125, and it kind of doubles up 500 Hertz, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 kilohertz, all the way up to 32 kilohertz. It also has a variable range on my display, which right now is showing green, where I'm on the 12 dB, meaning I can gain 12 decibels on each of the paddles, on each of those frequencies, or I can take off 12. But if you want to really fine tune, it has a button where I can switch that, if you notice, to yellow. Now this display becomes 3, where I have 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Now it's only 3, so I can fine adjust where I want my paddles to be on that frequency. And back down here, it will be on a -3 decibels. What the reverse button does, if you notice, the light over here changes from normal to reverse. It makes this sound reverse. It just gives me the reverse of that setting. Of course, the other side also, you'll be getting some kind of a sound on the reverse. It will be something like this. And that comes in handy if you want to do some kind of noise reduction, which I might do a video using this button with the reverse characteristics. The source button and the record out is if I want to record onto the tape using the equalizer. If I was to change the sound using the equalizer and want to record that onto tape with the tape deck that's connected in back of it, I will use this button, and then I can record that. And this here is if I want to hear the source, of course, coming in, or if I want to hear the tape. If I put a tape on and I just want to listen to the tape, I can do that. And if I have it off, I'll just hear that sound. If I want to boost it, that sound coming out of that tape, then I just turn on the equalizer. And of course, change whatever settings you want on your paddles. I got this unit back in 1983. And one of the reasons actually was back then I was doing a lot of recording on cassettes. Music wasn't around that much, except maybe the radio stations. And what I learned very quickly was to record anything on the radio stations with some kind of a wave. I call this my wave. I listen to it this way. Of course, the left channel also, with a little more mid-range and very little at both ends, either high or low. That's how I recorded the radio stations to put on my tapes. When I recorded LPs, it was a little different, because I had a lot of LPs And that sound, I definitely did not want to change because that sound coming out of vinyls is just beautiful. And if anything, if one of those LPs had a little noise, a little scratchiness, I just came to the end right here at the high end and kind of just lowered that frequency a little bit and fine-tuned it and got rid of that scratchiness on that LP. 45s, I have plenty of them, and they were very scratchy. And if I was to go down even further, around say 10 dB, if I was to take that off that frequency, sometimes a little bit off the 4K, I was able to get rid of that scratchiness, and it was still a pleasure to listen to that music. And that's one of the reasons really why I got this unit. I'm going to put this back to where I like it. I usually, my wave, everybody has their own way of listening to music when they have an equalizer. I like the mid-range is what I usually boost. I'll take it off the low, the high end a little bit, and I work myself up to the mid-range is what I usually do. Somewhere along like this. I'll take it over here, go up just a little bit, and go up to the middle like that. But it's not as high as you think it is, because if I have it on the 12 scale, it's telling me that these guys are all the way up to probably 9. But I usually go on the 3 decibel scale, so that means that this guy here is only up to about 2. So this is how much I gain. I want out of those frequencies. This is the way I listen to my music. So now that you know how this thing works, and you know how the lights work, we'll play something and finish this video up. Like I said, I'll do another video eventually. You know, what we'll do is record something, and we get rid of some of the noise, the noise reduction, recording on the negative. I have a tape here, was recorded on the tape deck that's connected to it. If you watch one of my older videos, and that was done on Dolby, and I'm going to do is play that with just the gain of, we'll do 3 dB. I'll shut it off, then I'll turn it back on, and I might switch it over to 12 dB. You'll see the difference in sound. And of course we need the tape on, and let's see, we can hear that. And this is just playing the tape. The power's on, the equalizer is off, none of the lights are on. I'm able to use my tape deck. And I can actually record on it too, without using it. Actually, let me turn on the volume. Another thing I like about the unit that I don't need to have it on for me to use the tape deck. I can shut it off, and I can still use my tape deck. So the unit doesn't have to even be powered on. But let's listen to a little bit, and we'll boost this up to the 3 dB. There was a little bit of change there, if you can hear it. And that's all I need for my radio, just a little boost. Now we can do the 12. and that's without it. Don't need much boosting, that's for sure. We'll leave it on. We'll listen to the song. Thank you for watching. Let's put this in the files of YouTube for the world to see. Thank you for watching.